Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from our comfy couch here on the Oscars of the Internet. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for March 22nd, 2021 with your host, Peacemaker2448 and Rump It Up Salon.
Hi.
It's the final 3 in like 2 minutes of Dragon Knight.
Yeah, it's the final 3 episodes.
Yep.
I will go there.
Because we ran out of budget on the last episode.
We ran out of... Yes. That's about all that can be said to that.
We ran out of everything, and we had to like cobble together something for the final episode. But yeah, before we started, me and Tommy were talking about the fact that, and I will do this probably every time for the next like week. But Bluefin and Team Writer are doing a Writer Week thing for the 50th anniversary. There will be movie premieres. You should probably go watch them. I forgot what else is going to be there. I think they said announcements of some kind. Yes, there will be live streams, movie premieres, guests, and announcements in collaboration with the Toei Toku World Official. So maybe a new series will be fully subbed.
Maybe.
I hope. I would like a new series. But we were talking, and I brought up the idea of, can we get the 01 movie? Just so we can have it. I don't care that like anyone who has not watched 01 will have exactly zero context for what the fuck's happening in this movie. I want the 01 movie. I want it a month early because like I'm pretty sure the fan subgroups will have it subbed by like the start of next month. Or the start of May, because it comes out at the end of April. You know what? You know what I will also take? And it will suck because there will be zero context to it.
What?
Mega Max. I know.
Yeah.
You would. I know the entire context of those is kind of needed for that movie, but I'm like, but it's Mega Max. I would literally like. I would literally be like, no. Not only am I not going to stream this movie, or not only are plans canceled for the day that this movie is being streamed, I will literally live stream a commentary track of it. I'm like, who wants to watch Mega Max with me and talk about it? You get the fuck in here. Let's talk about Mega Max. It's a really good fucking movie. Watch, they do that, and now I have to commit to that.
I mean, I could say that.
Yeah. I saw someone else's suggestion of some of the Showa era movies, since like those just don't exist sub-wise.
Maybe, but are they gonna have enough push for that?
It's Showa era, so I'm gonna say no. I mean, the Agito movie, since the Agito series is on that one streaming service.
I mean, did Kuga have any standalone movies?
Nope.
Let's shut that down.
Yeah, Kuga has like 2-ish kind of specials, but like no, like they're like pretty much an episode. Like the Kuga has no proper movies. Agito was the first one to have. Okay, Agito was the first of the Heisei writers to have a movie at all, and it took till Kiva, or no. Well, technically had a crossover with Kiva, but that didn't really count because Kiba wasn't really in the movie that much. It wasn't really till like Decade Double that we got crossover movies. So, I don't know. We'll see. But yay, maybe they'll announce to be like, we're gonna push Soto really hard because Soto's a good toy line. I'm like, yay, don't announce something I already have, please. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. I swear to God. Oh, God damn it.
What?
So Bloomberg just put out an article saying that Microsoft is in talks to acquire Discord.
Oh, God.
For the tune of $10 billion.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me that they would fall out.
Well, guess what? Microsoft's gonna buy Discord and it's gonna fucking go to hell.
Yep. Kind of like it, huh?
No. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about good things. Let's talk about Dragon Knight. It is, for all technical purposes, 37 through 40, but it's really 37 through 39. Any thoughts going into the final episodes?
No.
All right, then we will kick things off with, and I'll just split this like 1-2 because fuck it. It seems like the best split to do this. Episode 37, The Enemy Within. So we start with Adam and Lynn heading off to the last transmitter to shut it down. And Adam has the look of, I'm going to do a traitor. I'm going to do a murder.
Another traitor.
Another traitor. And another murder. And Maya catches this look on him before he leaves, and she's like, oh no. And we see Adam and Lynn arrive at like the transmitter's location as Xaviax gives Adam the order of let him shut it down and then vent him. Okay. But this is when we catch up with Case as she's talking to Yubilon about how her and Lynn did their relationship thing when they had like all of 2 days in between several years to talk. So, you know, the real long-term relationship or long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
But that's when Maya drops by and tells Yubilon about the look Adam had. And he checks in with them. And Lynn's like, we're fine. We're about to go in. And Adam doesn't say anything. And Yubilon's like, okay, that's fine. But just in case, you and Kit go handle this. To Case. And so the two, Case takes Ken and they head out. Meanwhile, we check in with Price as he talks to Maya for a hot second, and Maya is still does not like Price because, oh, you remind me of the psychopath that tried to kill me. It's hard not looking at you and going, oh, you're going to murder me in like 5 seconds when I turn my back, aren't you? So, yeah. Although Price takes this well. He's just like he's trying to apologize for something he has like no reason to apologize for. So, Price trying real hard to be the gentleman. But we catch him back with Kit and Adam as they take out a couple monsters they run into with their survive modes in one shot because we are short on budget and short on footage, so we just gotta use what we can. But they reach the transmitter, which I just now realized, have all of these been like old computers?
It looks like it.
Because this one incredibly looked like just an old computer. And I'm like, have they all been that?
I feel like yes is the answer, but I could be wrong.
I don't think we have a good look at them until now.
I mean, fair.
So they take the transmitter offline, and Ubulon and Maya and Trent are like, oh, I guess there's nothing to worry about. And then we immediately cut back, and Adam pulling a traitor, Adam kicking Lynn's ass. And they eventually, I guess, fight through a mirror somewhere as Lynn dropped his transmitter, and they go fighting at a dam that's somewhere nearby through the mirrors. But this is when Case and Kit arrive, and they find Lynn's transmitter, and the two of them immediately are like, fuck. just, well, shit. I guess he pulled a traitor. We should probably go help. So they go to try to catch up to them, as we cut over to Adam and Lynn as they continue the fight, and both of them go into their survive modes, and both of them pop a trick vent. So it's like a 5v5 of each other in their survive modes that eventually leads to both of them getting knocked out of it and some like shipping yard or shipping containment area. And Adam has the upper hand on Lynn, and he's about to vent him by stabbing him, because that's how it works. Don't worry about it. As long as we say he won't murder him, the censors won't have a problem. But Adam's unable to go through with it, so he drops his sword and drops out of his armor as Case and Kit arrive, and then he explains it all about, hey, I kind of gave him the virus, so now he has an antivirus, and all the transmitters are going to get turned back on, and we're all fucked. And I'm sorry? Adam does a real bad job of getting people to forgive him in these next 3 episodes. You're really bad at this. I am surprised you are still with a person by the end of this last episode. Yeah. Considering how much you fucked up.
Yeah. But he was honest about it, so that means everything's good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But Lynn demands Adam's deck, and they take him to Ubulon so he can decide what to do with him at this point. But at the base, all the transmitters go back online, and Xaviax starts the charging sequence to do the teleportation stuff to the humans on the Earth. And how'd you feel about this specific episode before we move to the 2-part finale?
I almost am getting the vibe that our writers love just, taking a beating. we keep trusting Trader McTrader Pants here.
Yeah. Look, this only works if we have 13 of them. If we only use 12, it won't work. So, which unfortunately I think is Ubulon's entire plan of, look, I'm gonna forgive Adam long enough so that he's here for us to do the thing in the last episode, because otherwise this doesn't work. So
but
I have to.
If he was to decide to not do the thing in the last episode, then yeah. Again.
Yeah. I know. It is incredibly a gamble, but that's all Ubulon's got at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice episode to set us up for the 2-parter, which takes us to our first of the 2-part episodes, episode 38, For Ventara and Earth, Part 1. Because it's the same title, just Part 2. So Trent's tracking the progress of the charging sequence. I'm not going to bother listing the numbers as it is throughout the episode. Just know it's fully charged by a certain point. But Adam comes clean to all of the riders. And of course, everyone's pissed at him, as they should be. And they all want his ass thrown into the Advent Void for a little while. But Ubulon's like, look, we got bigger shit to deal with. Also, I didn't attack you. That was Aviax. You probably should have saw that one coming. And Adam's like, fuck, you're right.
I love the fact that he completely just straight up believes it. No questions asked. Because he's like, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Good. You're becoming self-aware of how much of a dumbass you are. Good. You have taken the first step to solve your problem of stop being a dumbass.
I do. I just love that whole moment where you can tell the show doesn't explicitly say it, but it's that point where he's just like, oh, yeah.
But Ubulon's like, look, whatever we're gonna do with Adam, it's gonna have to wait because I need all the decks in play. Because here is my master plan. We're gonna use these new cards I've made called Link Vents. They are totally not the Unite Vent without the magnets on them. Spoilers, it looks exactly like the Unite Vent without the magnets on them.
I mean, yes, it is.
I do like that thing. Maybe you can headcanon of, oh yeah, I found this Unite Vent in like Price's deck. And he's just like, what the fuck is this card? I didn't make this card. And then like Len tells him about it and he's like, give me a minute. I might need this card. Which is why Price doesn't have it for like the entire time he's been around.
Fair.
But these link vents will link all of the final vents in terms of what their anti-energy they use together into one shot, and that should kill Xaviax.
Good.
But it will require all 13 riders to do it. I don't know why Ubulon doesn't use a link vent in his deck, but I guess he's incompatible with the rest of them in this capacity.
Even though he transforms the exact same way.
Well, his deck is actually reversed in how he draws out the cards.
The deck goes in the driver and spins. From
Fair.
The same side that everyone else's does.
I know.
That's what's even worse.
Yeah. Granted, I saw someone I guess a headcanon-y thing on the writer wiki saying that, oh, the armor Ubulon uses is technically like a universal armor for like the people from COS. Which is why Xaviax could turn into the Advent Master armor. Because he just used his.
That would actually make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
That actually would. Because we know he can basically disguise himself as anything he needs to. So that makes sense. And then the transforming, yeah, that would be perfect, actually.
It would be a good way to like use both the alternative and alternative zero suits for two different things, because you have one be Ubulon, one be Xaviax, since we're never getting the Xaviax figure. Like ever. unless someone puts in the work to actually like 3D model everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Not it for reference. I'm not that good.
I was gonna say, do the thing that you would probably have the thought of, but just not the ability.
That's a lot of things in my life, to be honest.
Yeah, that one, it would take a special person to be able to sit down and just dedicate. I would have to think days to doing that.
Yeah, because you'd have to use like the show footage and hope that it's bright enough to catch all the details on it. Because I don't know if there are any pictures of the actual suit in terms of a full turnaround for you to get all the details on it.
And I don't think there might not even be enough suit footage in the show even.
There's not too much from behind, I think, and like good lighting for you to catch all the details of the suit.
I mean, some of that's guesswork.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess in a figure sense, as long as the front and the sides kind of look good enough, most people aren't going to spend a lot of time looking at the back.
I mean, that's the motto of Soto of, like, don't worry about the back. There's some stuff here, but don't worry about it. You're posing this figure facing forward.
Yeah. Or at a slight angle to see the sides.
Yeah. I think I actually only have like one Soto figure turned around, and it's the extra Mighty Kuga I have for the Riku Kuga, the original Kuga from the series, because I had two Mighties from the set I got, and I was like, fuck it, I'll put it together and make it Riku, because why not? I don't have a decade, so I can't do Onodori Kuga. But anyway, back in the episode, we get the Link event established. Everyone passes around the cards, and I guess Ubulon takes the rest to go pass them off to the other riders that he's picking up while everyone else is busy. But we then find out that there is a shield protecting Xaviax's base that prevents anyone from wielding an Advent deck from getting in. Which is probably a smart decision on his part. Which, considering what we see later, it doesn't matter. But we find out the plan is to have Maya and Trent, since neither one of them have an Advent deck, get a mirror into the base. That way the other riders can use the mirrors to get in. Which, that is a smart plan. Although there is one problem with this plan later, but we'll get to it. But we check in with Xaviax, he's watching the charge go away as Lynn checks in with everyone on... I love how I think Cass, Kit, and Lynn get their regular bikes, but everyone else, including Adam, get like this one generic looking bike.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's kind of funny.
I'm like, it's clearly showing like who is priority in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But Lynn does the rounds checking in with everyone before Ubulon gives the rousing speech and sends everybody off on their assignments. And then they all drive through a mirror, including Cass and Trent. Is it because Cass was a writer so she can go through a mirror?
We'll go with that and not chalk that up to, the show screwed up. Because I saw that and I'm like, we forgot a rule here. Whoops.
we forgot that Maya can't go through a mirror on her own. But granted, all those times were pre-getting Cass's deck, so byproduct of having Cass's deck, now she can just walk through mirrors when she wants to.
Either that or maybe something was done to the car to allow it to do that?
Sure.
Since they're in the car?
Sure, this fancy Mini Cooper can go through mirrors because Ubulon put a thing on it to make it go through mirrors.
Wait a minute. He probably could.
True. He just put a thing in the trunk and be like, all right, as long as this is touching the car, you can go through a mirror. It's fine. Just don't toss this out the car. Besides, you only have to go through one mirror.
I mean, Yeah, we might have skimmed over the detail to make that, not work.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, I love how we've intentionally made it a point to show that people just can't go through mirrors repeatedly in this show, only for this to happen at the end.
Only for the one time we want a cool shot, and we just have to go, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's the least important thing happening in the scene.
It makes me wonder if, the last episode's clip show might have been a case of they ran out of money, not that they ran out of ideas. Because I feel like we probably could have had another episode.
Honestly, considering the show was canceled before the airing of these episodes that we were talking about, I wouldn't be surprised they ran out of budget. And like, oh shit, we're one episode short on budget. We're gonna have to cram in as much. We're just gonna go. Anyway, Zavax spots this little convoy and deploys his monsters. So we have Adam, Lynn, and Price in Ryuki footage fighting monsters from more or less the end of the series. We have Chance and Hunt fighting in original footage monsters, because both of you are dead by this point in the series of Ryuki, so we got to do what we do. I also love how they have to write off Price into a separate area because we ran out of footage with the three of them fighting these monsters.
In like all of about 30 seconds.
Yeah. To be fair, Shinji dies very soon in the footage they're using. Because, like, I want to point this out, Shinji is dead before the final. There's dead, like, before the final fight of Ryuki. So that's why there is no footage of him or Ryuki and Knight fighting Odin. Like, that's why they had to splice that fight together, because Shinji's dead. There's no Ryuki anymore. He got murdered saving some kid. Like, hard murdered. But back in the episode, our writers are fighting the monsters. They're struggling with the numbers, doing the best they can. But we follow up with Kit and Cass, as they're the ones escorting Maya and Trent to the shield, or to the base, as far as they can. They get to where the shield is. The two of them decide to distract the monsters at the front gate, so Maya and Trent can sneak in with the mirror, which is not really a mirror. It's just a really reflective, like, piece of tarp. Because technically it just has to be reflective. So why didn't they just drive the car through the front door?
Because
Yeah. I'm just like, technically you drive the car, like, through the shield, and then they can just all hop out of the car.
And to be fair, Maya knows that, because she's been shoved through a car before.
Yes, and also they should know that, because two of them hopped through a car to go through this piece of tarp later. I assume they needed inside the base, and that Mini Cooper is not getting inside this.
Also,
whatever this place is.
You said two of them, but I believe four of them actually jumped through cars to come out the tarp.
Probably. I just remember Chase and Hunt, or Chance and Hunt, hopped through a car. I don't remember who else hopped through a car.
I mean, to be fair, we know that Kit and Case more than likely hopped through the car. that they
Probably.
left there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we actually see how they disappear. I don't remember that. We might have, but I don't think so. So I mean, yeah, it could be easily implied that that was how.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, Trent and Maya make it inside with the mirror. They eventually get spotted by monsters, and in a honestly brilliant for them move, they're like, okay, we're holding a mirror. These monsters go through mirrors. Fucking just slam it on him. Get him out of here. He'll get lost in the mirrors. It's fine. Apparently, it's really hard to come back out the way you came. So just slam it into him, and I love how much they are just intimidating this one monster with a mirror just by like flapping it at him like, come on, come get us, we'll slam you through this. We'll dunk you in the toilet, us two regular people who have no idea what the fuck we're doing. Okay, one of us who doesn't know what the fuck we're doing because at least one of us knows how to fight.
Yeah, and chooses not to.
Yeah. But they eventually get it set up. The riders come in. They get to the shield thing. They blow it up with bombs. Yay! End of part 1. But, well, not quite end of part 1 because Xaviax's charge is at 100%. So he's now a button press away from teleporting people because he decided not to have it do it automatically. Which, to be fair, feels in character. It feels like he would want a countdown. He wants to count it down himself and push the button.
Yep.
So that takes us to part 2, episode 39 for Ventara and Earth part 2. So at this point, our riders divide up to try to get to the control room. Kit and Cass are with Trent and Maya. Adam, Lynn, and Price are together, and like Chase and Hunt, I think, are with Kit and Maya or Kit and Case, or I think they go separate. No, they're with them because Adam, Lynn, and Price step into Ryuki footage real quick to fight some monsters, which I think are also the monsters that 3 of them blew up in like 2 episodes ago.
Probably.
And probably from the exact same episode. But at this point, we head to the control room where Xaviax is about to push the button, only for Ubulon to just step through the mirror being like, hey, ex-boss, I can't let you do crime. And Xaviax is like, you'll want a fucking bet? Ubulon's like, well, I have backup. And Xaviax is like, no, the fuck you don't. Just waves his hand at the mirror and is just like, you're not bringing them in here. You want to stall me? Fucking fight me. And Ubulon's like, fine. And this is where I'm wrong. And he actually transforms himself once right here. So Ubulon is fighting Xaviax in his monster form, which is not his real form because he's the same thing as Ubulon, which means he's a regular gray alien. So I don't know what Xaviax's monster form is now. What the fuck is his monster form supposed to be?
A thing.
A bat thing? Because it looks like a bat.
Probably. I mean, most rider things are bats.
Which, if it... Oh my god, if it actually is a bad thing, that's actually another, like, little minutia thing of Rider. The first enemies Riders usually fight in, like, Showa era are bats. Or bat-themed.
Fair.
Damn it, Show. You continue to impress me. Anyway, Ubulon's getting his ass handed to him because, spoilers, Xaviax is actually really competent at fighting. It honestly could have solved 90% of his problems by just walking up and being like, you're being a problem, punch. I kind of like this because I'm like, Xaviax, all he does is like subterfuge and like all this like mind game stuff, but it's like, oh, he can't really fight, can he? No, he can whoop everybody's ass if he fucking wanted to. He just doesn't feel like it. But anyway, we're checking with the others as they're fighting off monsters. Trent and Maya even get to fight a monster. And by fight, I mean they get tossed around by a monster because Maya doesn't really hold her own against the monster without a deck. And Trent is Trent. So
I mean, yeah.
But Price does make the save on Maya, and then the monsters get blown up by chance because he blew up some gas tanks that were behind them. So eventually Adam and Kit are the first ones to make it to the control room and hit Ubion with their strike vents, which it is kind of cool to see the two of them do the strike vent in sync. But that blows Ubion back. Lynn and Caslin arrive, and now it's the four of them against Ubion, and they all get jobbed out because, again, Xaviax is actually really good at fighting. And he can take all four of them on his own, pretty much. But they keep him at bay long enough to, like, eventually knock him back as Ubion, like, takes control of the little portal thing that's been in Xaviax's base this whole time, and then outsteps the rest of the riders that aren't Price, Chance, and Hunt, who will eventually arrive. And now, assembled, are all 13 riders. In Xaviax, I love that he drops his monster form and just starts fucking mouthing off to them. Like, he does not give a shit that he is outnumbered 14 to fucking 1 because Ubion is still here. He's just like, you're not winning. Yeah, it's 14 against 1. He actually says 13 against 1, but I'm counting Ubion here because I'm sure he would step in. But he just mouths off to them and then tries to tempt Kit and Adam again. And both of them tell him to fuck off. And then everyone pulls their link vents. They all slot their link vents in. They gather a ball of energy in their hands because we can't actually have everybody do their final vents on Xaviax one after another, even though that would be really fun to watch. Because I want to see Camo do a Tombstone Pile Driver on Xaviax. I'm just saying. Because that's what Camo's final vent is. It's just a pile drive you into the ground.
I mean, fair.
But they all pop it. They shoot the beams at Xaviax. He blocks it momentarily with the shield before it gets through. And he's just like, I'll be back. And then goes kaboom. And he's done. Goodbye, Xaviax. You're dead. But Ubion congratulates everyone, says, hey, we got shit to do. Let's go get our people back. And everyone's like, okay, cool. But Adam's like, hey, I gotta go do something real quick. And Zubion's like, fair enough. And we end the episode with Adam approaching Sarah as she's in the hologram room, as it's no longer like looks like Ventara, and she's like, Adam, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, so I fucked up. We don't get to see the whole conversation, but she is very forgiving of him, apparently, as we'll see later.
Yeah, a little too forgiving.
Probably. So that takes us to our last episode, episode 40, A Dragon's Tale. So it's a recap episode for most of it. We go to a book signing of Maya's as Maya proceeds to recap more or less the last, like, arc of the series in detail. I don't think there's anything new here. I didn't bother to check. But we fast forward to, like, when she gets to the proper epilogue stuff. So she talks about how they got all the Ventarans back to Ventara and they're rebuilding because shit got destroyed. We gotta fix it. All of the Earth Riders are out from the Advent Void and all their memories are wiped and kind of put back where they were. So I assume James is back in jail. The Axe and Spear are back doing crime or something. Torque is, I guess, back to doing petty, like, crime shit. So more or less they're back where they were, and I guess they'll be someone else's problem another day. But on the upside, Chris is cured of his asthma by Yobulon, and he got to join the Marines, and maybe didn't have his memory wiped. Because I don't...
They didn't say?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I almost think they probably still would have. And
True.
The only reason I say that is just because of the simple fact of it really doesn't make too big of a difference if he remembers or not.
Yeah.
He would have done the same thing regardless.
Yeah. I just kind of would like it if he'd be on like, oh, you're one of the good ones? I'm not going to wipe your memory. We might need you later. By the way, here's your asthma cured because you did good. Go be a hero. Go join the military. We check in with Adam and find out that he's retired. He's given up the Dragonite deck, and him and Sarah are moving into somewhere on, I don't know which planet. I don't know if we're supposed to be on Ventara or Earth for where they're moving in. But they are retired, and I guess she's not too upset at him because she's still with him. I'm going to hope there was at least one kick in the dick by her to him for what he pulled.
Just one?
At least one. Look, Adam needs a good smack in the head in some capacity to make sure it is drilled into his head of, you fucked up. You need to remember that. You gotta own that. You are stuck with that for life. You are incredibly lucky Kit found your deck. Or, no, you're incredibly lucky Kit is a better person than you. But we see Kit or Ubulon present Kit with both the Onyx deck and the Dragonite deck, pretty much just as a, well, these are both your decks now. Which one do you want? And Kit, of course, takes back his Dragonite deck. So he's back to being Dragonite, which leaves Onyx open for someone else to be him in a novel that came out in Japan that follows up on the end of the series. I'm not joking. In a Japan exclusive novel, there's a follow-up to the series where we not only get to meet Lynn's Earth counterpart, but see him both become Wing Knight and Onyx. That is the most I know about the novel, unfortunately. There is not much information on this book. Anyway, Trent's going to continue working for the No Men. Lacey, who has been gone for most of this arc, is working at, I guess, the new location for Grace's, doing clothing stuff for them. And Maya, feeling that the story needs to be told, wrote a novel that is the events of the show and published it as a book. And it's considered fiction. And that's the book signing she is doing. And that is when we see Kit drop by, being like, hey, I would like a book signing. And she signs it for him, and he's like, this better make me look good, which I would hope it does. You've actually been really good this series, so. Your counterpart, though, no. Not so much. But you, I think you came out looking good in this kit. But Case and Lynn are also there. Lynn actually apologizes for Maya's camera that he broke in episode, 1. I don't know why you need to apologize for that now, Lynn, but okay, sure. I think we're past the point where that mattered. I think you have saved her enough time that. But the three of them head out. They actually meet with Kit's dad, who's been healed by Ubilon, and I guess Kit introduces them to, hey, here's this buddy and his girlfriend that like helped me out and helped me save you, and I almost murdered them for you. It's a long story. But the three of them are hanging out with Kit's dad until Ubilon contacts him through the mirror, and Maya also gives us the dialogue of being like, oh, there are more worlds behind the mirrors, not just Ventara, Earth, and Kos, more or less. And that prompts our three riders to transform and go fight a problem that I guess is off screen. And that is the end of the show, which supposedly was going to lead to a Fies adaptation, which would make sense. There are three main writers in Fies. And honestly, their color schemes would kind of match up with the ones they have as like Dragon Knight, Wing Knight, and Femme for like Fies, Kai'Sa, and Delta. The only problem is Kai'Sa's an asshole in most of that series, so that doesn't fit Lin too well.
Fair.
But yeah, that is it. How'd you feel about the last 2 minutes of the episode?
I mean, I feel like that was probably the best way we could have went about ending it, is with as little episodes as there was.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they did anything bad. I kind of wish Saviax was a little more of a, villain kind of deal. Because we got that kind of final fight. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, I would have loved to have seen all of them just wail on him.
Yeah. I wish we had the budget for like a proper final fight of like Kit or Adam and Lin being forced to go into their survive modes to try to fight off Saviax. Kit and Case trying to keep up with them without their survive modes because Kit doesn't have one yet and Cass doesn't have her card. And it's then the other riders show up and maybe they fight Saviax for a little bit until like the link vent's properly charged, and then they slot it all in. And then they honestly, like, you didn't have to do all the final events because they don't really work as doing an all-out attack. But if they all did rider kicks on Saviax, that would have been a lot better than Orbs. Because that would have been actually pretty cool if they all rider kicked him into oblivion. But oh well. Honestly, this show's still pretty good. Like, for what feels like a show that was pushing the limits of the budget it had, it works. It's really good. I'm sad that there's that this show probably doesn't get the recognition it probably deserves. Because I feel like everyone looks at Masked Rider and went, that's bad, therefore this must be bad, right? Because it's not. This is a good proper Rider season. Like, it's a bit cheesy and a bit at times, but like, it has everything you would want from a Rider show, I feel like.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is Dragon Knight, a really good Rider show, and I'm happy to be watching a really good Rider show when Saber is just not good.
Yeah, fair.
And I hate dogging on Saber so much, but I can't help it.
Well, I mean, Saber needs to get good.
Yeah.
And they can't because it's got the Ghost Rider
Yeah.
that clearly didn't learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what's killing me more than anything.
I mean, I think we did have like, I think we had a worse thing than Ghost because we had a villain die, and I don't care. Because like Legolas, like one of the Backstreet Boys, like died this week to Elemental Dragon, and like it's supposed to care that he was like one of the original swordsmen, and like I guess he got corrupted and turned into a monster, and there's no saving him, and this, that, and the other. But I'm like, you've done nothing all fucking season, and all of a sudden you have a hard on for killing Saber, and you suck. Like, not in a good way. No, you suck as in, I don't care if you get blown up. Goodbye. You are one less bad thing in the show. Now, if only we can get rid of the other two of you as fast as possible. Please. Remove them from the show and give us some good villains. But anything else?
No.
All right, then next week, it's Beast Wars. We start Beast Wars proper. I will get a watch list up probably tomorrow. So
That not also hurt to. Did we have the link in chat? I don't remember.
yeah, you bookmarked it
Okay.
and you pinned it.
I pinned it. I didn't bookmark it. I know that
Okay,
much.
you pinned it. It's the first pin that
Okay.
that's in the pin messages. But if you want to watch along with us, it's on Tubi if you have access to Tubi, because I know Tubi is apparently not internationally available because fucking streaming services are stupid about that shit. I hate it. Just make stuff available for people to watch. That's it. It's not that complicated. Fuck's sakes. But we'll be starting that. We'll be doing the entire show, so all 40 episodes, I think is what my count was. I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah. All 3 seasons, more or less. We're doing all 3 seasons because they equate to kind of a normal run for us. So, and also it's the only way to break it down to the 4 episodes a week without getting weird about doing extra episodes in a week. But yeah, that's our next week. Between now and then, I'm continuing Xenoblade Chronicles on Thursday. We will hopefully get I Want to Be Your Daddy Skull in Halo 3 on Friday, along with, I guess, the rest of the skulls and terminals, since it shouldn't take us that long to do the others, because we have 2 levels left. Oh, fucking hell, we have 2 levels left.
Uh-huh.
I forget how short Halo campaigns are. Especially 3.
Yeah, 3's kind of on the short side.
Yeah. Saturday... Fuck. I forgot. Is Saturday the podcast? No, Saturday's not the podcast. No. Saturday's Rampant Gaming. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. I forgot we did TGS this week. I was just like, did we do TGS this week? We were Rampant Gaming. I don't remember. I don't know why I don't remember.
We did, yes.
Yeah. So it'll be Rampant Gaming this week, and TGSR on Monday for now. Stay tuned.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, for right now. Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll update you as necessary if it's going back to Sundays. But if you like what you see and drop a follow, I really appreciate chipping away that really cool. At teachers on Twitter for the updates on real life. Next mission point, Discord and chat. Get to Discord link, drop by, say hi. We will see you this week, folks.